Maybe head contact. Let's see what this is about. Personal foul against the Wildcats. I thought they said face mask, but when he was making the call to Eric Isendorf, I thought he said hand contact, but they're going to call face mask against Science. A 15-yard penalty. They moved it back 15 and now up 15 more.
15-yard penalty.
And that's a first down. So back to the 34-yard line.
And that's a first down.
With the personal foul penalty, that's a first down back at the Wildcat 34. 3:47 left. Two clouds have come rolling in. Still partly to mostly sunny skies. Heading to the north end zone is M State, trailing by 8. 34-26. Hayden back to throw, fires underneath, caught near side of the 30. Griffin now the sidelines, 25 to the 20. Out of bounds to the 15-yard line. First out by Wells.
Griffin with the reception.
John Griffin has come up large here in the second half. That catch and run down to the, it looks like the 15.
To the 17, first and 10
mark at the 16-yard line. So 18 for Griffin. And a first down. Last three catches now for 96 yards. First down. Spartans all of a sudden into the red zone. They have done this in just 1 minute. 3:30 left. 34-26 Wildcats. Approach the 3-hour mark time limit on this one. First and 10, handoff. Darius Gregory spinning away from one man. Slowed down by Ware and finished off behind the line of scrimmage on the tackle.
Gregory with the carry for no gain.
Sylvester Ware, the first guy to slow him down. No gain there for Gregory. Actually, let's see, maybe a loss of a yard.
Second and 11.
An official's timeout. So that will wrap things up. Loss of a yard. Gregory, 11 carries and 45 yards. Will be a loss of a yard as Sylvester Ware. Credit on the tackle and officials timeout. Or did they call time, perhaps? Clock stopped for the moment with 2:56 to play. Stick around in a post game. A lot to dissect on this one. Still probably more to come. That was an official's timeout. I didn't see the official signal timeout for either team. They started up again. 2:53 and counting. Second and 11 at the 17-yard line. Frederick Brown wide to the near side. Slot right is Zizi. Hayden back to throw from the 25, fires to the end zone. Jump ball, it is incomplete. There's going to be a flag. That's got to be a push off on M State. Holy smokes. The intended receiver over there, it's either Zizi or Rick Gross.
Penalty marker.
That was a two-handed shove on the Science defender. Pass interference against M State. And if they didn't call that one, there would have been, a lot of the Wildcat fans down here, there would have been an uproar, as there should have been. Because that one was hard to spot. Or I shouldn't say it was, or not hard to spot. So 15 against M State. Push off is going to throw to the back pylon of the end zone. They move it back to the 33-yard line. 15-yard penalty. M State now 4 penalties, 60 yards. They've had 45 yards on this drive, including the kickoff return. 5 for 70. And second and long. Line to gain is the Wildcats 7. So second and 26. We'll call it now at the 33 with 2:31 to play. We'll go empty. 4 wide. Hayden back to throw. Protection holds. Feathers one down the middle, and it's caught inside the 20. No, broken up and incomplete. Had it, and then Rick Gross, as he went to the ground, couldn't finish the catch. And incomplete.
Incomplete pass to Rick Gross.
Broken up that time to the Cats, and it's 3rd and long. He had it, and then as he tried to finish, as they say, finish the catch, secure the ball came out and incomplete. That was inside the 20. They would have had about over half of it back had the catch been finished. So again, it's 3rd and long. 2 plays to go, 2:25 left. Science hanging and clinging to a 34-26 lead. Empty again, 4 wide. Hayden back to throw from the 40. Fires to the end zone. Griffin, single coverage. It is incomplete. Step for step with him
Pass intended for Griffin,
was
incomplete.
Trayshawn Goalie Buchanan,
It'll bring up 4th
incomplete.
down.
And that was basically a go route. Flied basically straight, kind of go route, flied on the near side. Griffin, incomplete, and this potentially could be your game. 2:18 left. State has a couple of timeouts left, but this has the feel of the last gasp. 4th and 26 from the Wildcat 33. Gregory normally has been in the backfield with Hayden. They'll split him out. He's a slot receiver to the right. ZZ wide to the right side. Griffin wide left. They'll play off of Griffin with Buchanan, and Science will take a timeout. Timeout Wildcats. We will break. 2:18 to go here in the 4th. 4th and long for M-State when we come back.
Timeout Wildcats.
On the Bell Bank scoreboard, Science 34, M-State Fergus Falls 26. Back with more in a moment. .218 to play here in campus of Minnesota State, here in Fergus Falls. 34-26, NDSCS with the lead here in this NJCAA and MCAC showdown. Spartans trailing by 8, have 4th and 26. They need to get to the 7-yard line or get a penalty of some kind perhaps. Down by 8. Science taking a timeout. And they'll go empty. 4 receivers set. They're going to go now trips to the left. And now Gregory back in the backfield. Safety Morrow's back about 20 yards deep for the Wildcats on 4th and long from the 33-yard line. And a flag is down. I think against M-State. Procedure, that'll back them up 5.
False start penalty on the Spartans.
Well, whether it's 4th and 26 or 4th and 31, the end result, the end goal is still the same. It's going to get a few paces back the other way. 4th and 31 now at the 38. 2:18 to go. I imagine they target maybe ZZ or Griffin, one of those big receivers perhaps. And the safety Morrow about 20 yards deep. Don't want to get beat over the top. Back to throw Hayden. Cats rush 4, steps up in the pocket. Fires towards the end zone. It is incomplete. Trying to throw to the back pylon. ZZ couldn't get there.
Pass intended for ZZ is incomplete. NDSCS will
got
take
hit as he
over
delivered
1st
that
and 10
pass.
from their
Incomplete.
own
Science
38-yard
comes over
line.
to stop. M-State gives it up on downs with 2:11 to play. Penalties backed him up and forced him into eventually 3rd and 4th and long. So 2:11 left. 2 timeouts remaining now for M-State. 1 first down you would think should do the trick for the Wildcats. Up 8. For Science, ball security. I'm sure for M-State, you got one guy tackle the football, one guy try to rip it out. I believe 2 timeouts left is what I have for the Spartans. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Boy, what a terrific game this has been today. Stretch play short side. Todd cuts inside at the 40 and drags a man to the 44-yard line. 6 for Ronald Todd. Timeout, M-State. So they went to that short side and
Ronald Todd was
trying to run it up the middle. 2:02 to play back here at Fergus Falls. Ronald Todd picks up 6, 2:02 to play. Wildcats leading by by a score of 34-26 here in Fergus. As it will be 2nd and 4 now at the 44-yard line. As the stretch handoff goes to Todd, 45, and gang tackled, and maybe a yard to the 45-yard line against one guy to tackle the ball. They're trying to rip that ball free.
Ball
and
carried by Todd, picks up a
Matthew
yard.
Croteau comes up with the ball, but after the play had been whistled dead, a yard for Ronald
Third
Todd.
down and 3 as the
15
Spartans
carries 30
take a
yards
timeout.
for Ronald Todd. It'll be 3rd and 3, and the Spartans take their 3rd and final timeout. We'll take a break once more. 1:54 left. Wildcats leading 34-26. Back in just a moment. Here comes your turning point in the game. 1:54 to go. The Spartans are now out of timeouts. Wildcats clinging to an 8-point lead, 34-26. And what has been not really into this game, of course, the short proximity of the schools. M State off to a good start, trying to pick off one of the really has been one of the stalwart teams here in this conference, the Minnesota Collegiate Athletic Conference. Could be the game on the line here. 3rd down and 3. From the 45-yard line. Science has on their own 45 movement, and we'll see who moved first. Davion Williams for the Wildcats, Preston Cooney for M State. And it's procedure against Science. So 3rd and 3 turns into 3rd and 5.
False start penalty on NDSCS. 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
So 3rd and 8 to the 40, and that might change things. Do you still try to run the football knowing Spartans are out of timeouts? Even though you don't get it, you could hand the ball back to them. A chance. One more crack to try and tie it. 3rd and 8 at the 40. Quarterback keeper Graydon Buell hit behind the line, bounces forward, hits contact, and the pile moves to the 43-yard line, and that's it. William Black, one of the Spartans, in on the tackle as the Wildcats shaken up.
With the carry,
tight end Antoine Jackson, 3 for Graydon Buell, so they elected to keep it
4th down and
conservative.
5 coming up from the 43.
And to the 43-yard line. So M State out of timeouts. They can take the game clock in Science down to about a minute. And they're going to take as long as they can and probably take a timeout. Science has 2 left. Is that clock down to 1:15? They haven't called the timeout yet. M State was ready to head to the sideline, and the coaching staff of the Spartans saying, nope, stay on the field. Down to 1:03, and we'll throw the flag, and it'll be delay of game against Science. So I thought they'd maybe take a timeout, but they elected instead.
Delay of game penalty on.
Let's count up the penalties here for the
Wildcats.
Wildcats. 14 penalties.
That brings up
Actually,
4th
no, let's count
down.
them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 15 penalties against the Wildcats. This will cost them 5. Back to the 38, Nick Hunchak to punt. 1:01 left. They'll send Gregory back. Oh, a snap goes high over Hunchak. It is back at the 10. He's going to kick it out of the end zone for a safety. A snap went over the head of Nick Hunchak. He went back to the 10. Instead of trying to pick it up, he just drop kicked it out of the end
Ball
zone
kicked
for a
through the end
safety.
zone. That's a safety and 2 points.
That has happened now 2 times for the Wildcats. It happened against
57
Wasabi
seconds
Range.
remaining. It's
And
the
it just
Wildcats
happened again.
34, the Spartans 38.
So the safety on the bad punt snap kicked it out of the end zone, and all of a sudden M State, yes, they're going to get it back, but instead of down 8, it is now down 6. So a touchdown and a conversion all of a sudden could win it. So they get a stop. A special teams miscue. And again, this happened 2 weeks ago in the 3rd quarter against Wasabi Range for Science. As the snap went over Hunchak's head, it did there as well, and Nick just really did the right thing. Instead of trying to pick it up and maybe lead to more problems, he just kicked it out of the end zone. So now the free kick comes from the 20, 57 seconds left and no timeouts for M State. And really for both teams, and in particular Science, boy, not much has come easy, has it? So Hunchak, you have the option, you can kick it from the tee or you can boot it hunting-wise and he'll just hang on to it and kick it deep. We'll send Gregory back along with Mitchell for the Spartans on the free kick attempt. 57 seconds, depending on how good a return they get. Legit shot here for the Spartans. And here we go. And Shaq ready. Runs up. And the kick. End over end. Gregory back to his 23-yard line of return. 25, middle of the field, 30. 35 to the 40, bounces off one man and carries Ethan John with him across the 50 to the 48.
Ron Darius Gregory returns it. Past midfield in Wildcat territory. First and 10.
Return, and it comes down to this.
At the 48.
From the 48-yard line, and here comes M State, 48 yards to pay dirt. Trailing by 6, they're out of timeouts. Again, if you get a first down, clock stops until they move the chains. So they give Hayden one more shot. And that bad punt snap opened the door, and M State trying to kick it through and tie it, perhaps win it. Gregory to the left of Hayden in the gun. It's 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 48-yard line. Back to throw. Here comes pressure. They want to set up a screen. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Tipped that time.
Pass intended
by Niles
for Gregory,
Williams,
incomplete. Second down and 10.
He was tied up with the lineman. It was 72 for M State and incomplete. He could have located that, might have had a chance for a pick, but incomplete, stops the clock with 43 seconds left. 43 attempts now for Hayden, 18 of 43. Wire numbers for 321. He's been picked off once on second down. Back to throw, looks underneath. Caught near side Griffin. Trying to get to the sidelines. Did he get the first down as well? He did. Trying to get as far as he could. It's a sideline route, first down, M State. So Griffin,
complete to Jonathan Griffin.
Over 100 yards receiving. That's a first down.
10-yard gain. That's enough for a Spartan first down.
First down to the 38-yard line. Third play of the drive, 38 seconds to play. 34-28 Wildcats here in the ball box scoreboard. They'll go trips to the right side. Griffin single coverage out here. Near side of the field. Wildcats, high snap, pass near side, incomplete. Intended underneath. Slot receiver in Frederick Brown.
Incomplete, second down and 10.
Second and 10, 34 seconds to play in this one. And Science came up with a stop. 3 and out by M State. Used up what 2 timeouts they had left. High punt snap over the head of Hunchak. He kicked it out of the end zone for a safety. Now a 6-point lead. And this return by Darius Gregory on the free kick. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. 38 yards to go for M State. Safety, they're playing 2 safeties back of the Wildcats. Morrow about 15 yards off the football. Have to throw. Hayden looking, fires left side. It is up for grabs. It is incomplete. Griffin pleading for a flag, incomplete. Safety help over the top from Morrow. And Trayshawn Goldie Buchanan that coverage.
Incomplete. Third down and
looking
10.
for a flag. As there was contact, ball might have been uncatchable. It was overthrown and near the sideline. I guess if the officials are going to claim the no call, I would say that's probably got to be it. It was really an uncatchable ball. The opposition says, well, yeah, because your guy's hanging on mine, that's why it was uncatchable. 3rd and 10. There's 2 sides to every story. 3rd and 10 from the Wildcat 38. 3-man front. Kozan back in there after getting shaken up for Science. Hayden back to throw. Chased by Ware, in trouble. Ware trying to get to him. He's back to midfield. Hayden fires to the end zone. It is incomplete. That became a cat and mouse game as Ware got free, nearly got to Hayden. He ducked away from him, scrambled off to the right. Griffin tried to get free, was overthrown and incomplete. Because had Ware got the sack, that potentially could have ended the ball game with no timeouts. And now it comes down to this: 4th and 10 from the Science 38-yard line. And a first down or a play to the sideline of 10 or more, or a first down stops the clock. Both benches fired up. Game on the line here on 4th and 10. 4 receivers set. Griffin here to the other side. Slot left goes Frederick Brown. Offset is Gregory. Back to throw. Here's Hayden. Pops Watts, fires a second time. It is incomplete, underthrown. Knocked away by Wells and incomplete. And the Spartans give it up on downs with 11 seconds left, and the Cats are going to walk away with a victory.
Incomplete, and the Wildcats will take over on downs.
Pass goes incomplete. It was underthrown. He popped once. Underthrown at the feet of Wells and incomplete, as the Science assistants try to get some of their guys off the field here, and that will do it. So it'll be victory formation with 11 seconds left. And like a prized heavyweight battle, it just went punch, counter punch. Wildcat offense comes to work. I think it'll be the key for both teams' coaching staffs and the officials. They see Stu Ingen, athletic director, and NDSCS is here as well, and just trying to have a little, not crowd control, but just try and get everybody separated. Once this one comes to a close, it'll be victory formation time here for the Wildcats. Buell takes a knee, and the clock will wind down on this one, and what a battle. And you wonder, boy, you hope maybe these two teams meet again in the playoffs with some more at stake.